Welcome to March. If we haven't met before, hello, my name is Jessie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every month I do a monthly energy tarot reading. If you are part of my monthly newsletter subscription, then you get access to these videos first, as well as personal shares. I throw in discount codes in there, as well as things that I'm currently using on my healing journey. So if you're interested, the link is down below to join that. And welcome to March 2023. I don't know about you, but well, as I'm recording this, we still have like a day and a half left of February, but like really was questioning how and if we would make it to March. But we're here. By the time you're watching this, we're here. So welcome. There's a lot that wants to channel through me today. So I've already pulled the cards. We're going to see where this goes. What I can say is I have had an intuitive feeling for a while now that March is going to be really good. I know I'm not the only intuitive who is saying that. And yeah, March feels like a little bit of space in what has felt like very energetically chaotic. And I am happy to channel that message to you. Like, I'm really sick of coming on whatever social media platform and being like, we're in it, guys, and we're gonna keep being in it for a while, which we are, but March feels more spacious. So welcome, happy you're here. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not. Do not try and force this to fit. And also, these messages might not resonate necessarily right now, but you can always check in at the end of the month and rewatch this video and start to connect the dots, all of the things. Yeah, I share the energy and it comes through my channel and I articulate it in a certain way. I have other videos talking about this, but each channel that's doing an energy forecast, we're all channeling in the same energy, but based on our human processing system, we're all going to share and articulate the energy in a little bit of a different way. So again, I may or may not be the channeler for you. Please do not force this to fit, but if it resonates, great. That makes my heart sing. So, before we get into the channeling, let's go ahead and do a drop-in. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and close down your eyes if you're in the space to do so. If not, no worries. Bring your awareness into your belly. Let's take a big inhale up. Exhale out. 2 more, inhale up. Sigh it out. Softening the shoulders, relaxing the hips and belly. Inhale up. Sigh it out. Okay, welcome back. Right away, I was tuning into this energy of unknown and a lot of questioning in the air right now as we transition into March of craving certainty, of craving clarity, and not only that, almost like craving this this feeling of control that we have been used to holding on to. So I'll go a little bit deeper into this feeling of control because I think it's really important. But first, before I do that, I'm laughing because, as I said in the beginning of this video, a lot wants to come through me, and so my human self is doing my best to like take all the pieces of the puzzle and then share it in a way that you can digest. So a lot coming at me right now. Okay, feeling of control. So we are shedding what it means to have control. And for a long time, there has sort of been this like facade of control through external validation, through external, receiving something in the external, right? So I have this feeling of control when I'm working towards this goal. I have this feeling of control when whatever sort of endpoint I'm getting to is very tangible and very physical, because I can see the end result in the physical. But as we're shifting into a more energetic experience, we are energetic beings in a physical body. It can get very confusing at times. But we're starting to peel back the layers of the physicality and understanding that underneath it, this whole entire time, we have been gypped into believing that it was purely physical, when really the energetic has been running the show. And so, again, on a collective level, we've really been craving clarity and clarity through control. And what's been happening in this last sort of section of February is, how do I want to articulate this? Yeah, I guess I'll get into the cards. And before I say that too, the theme of March, sorry it took me so long to say it, the theme of March is expansion, which we love expansion. Yes, love that for us. So the theme of expansion will be interwoven throughout this reading. But these last 2 weeks of February, we've been in Three of Wands energy. Three of Wands energy is like, if you see, they're sort of pulling on this rope, and it's kind of this energy of like, if I just keep going, I will get to the end of the rope. So yeah, that's a really hard energy to be in. And I want to say, paired on top of that, what the experience has been like for me is like the carrot has been dangled in front of the pulling of the rope for a really long time. And I kind of just got to the point where I was like, okay, I need to be okay without the carrot. I need to be okay without sort of that physical, that tangible getting the carrot, or, you know, whatever it is, sort of this like, I'm all about manifestation. I love manifestation. I teach manifestation, all the things. But we're starting to collectively peel back a layer and understand the energetics of that. And so that's leading us into Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of pure joy. And it always reminds me of a sound bath, this card. Yeah, so how do they want to tie this in? Okay, I'm going to share a little story. My guides were showing me this. I like to meditate before these videos, and my guides were showing me this. So when I was manifesting my move to Miami, I moved from Denver to Miami. It's been a year now. When I was manifesting that move, I remember walking through Capitol Hill, Denver, and I saw this apartment building. And what I really loved about this apartment building was, you know, those sort of like more modern windows that are framed in black. Those like, you know, this is not my realm of experience, but like black frame windows are pretty trendy right now. And I loved the white building with the black frame windows, right? And I thought that it was just like really cool. It spoke to me, all the things. So what I was focusing on manifesting was a building with that, right? And that was purely my focus. I was making Pinterest boards on like how I wanted this space to be super neutral, super aesthetic. As a highly sensitive person, I'm very sensitive to environments and to textures and to colors and to sounds and all of it, right? So I wanted to create sort of this Zen space, and I was very focused on how that would look externally, which there is nothing wrong with that. I love a good aesthetic space, all the things. But now that my partner and I are moving into a home, I'm sort of realizing this go around that I want the space to feel good. Of course, you know, I love our space. It's beautiful, all the things, but I'm less excited about the physical aspect of what it looks like. Of course, I want it to be beautiful, but I really have this call to like peel back the layer of that manifestation and go into the energetics of it, and to really focus on like, how is this home going to feel, and to be okay with it. How do I want to say this? It doesn't have to feel good and like a happy home all the time, if that makes sense. It's allowing the contrast in the home. So that's something that we're doing collectively right now, is with this carrot being dangled in front of us, is yes, it's beautiful to have all these tangible goals, to work towards things, to have things in the physical. We are meant to have a physical experience in this body. That's why we came down here. But to go deeper into the energetics of that, and to like, you know, there's been this collective energy for a while, especially in the spiritual community, of this promise of Queen of Coins, which is a card that I pulled, of Page of Coins, of like abundance and joy and like working towards that in a new way. But I also think with this dangling of the carrot and this promising of, you know, whatever it is we've been working towards on a collective level as a spiritual community, that sort of denying of what we know is to come, it's teaching us a lot more than we realize. And like I shared, on a personal level, I got to the point at the end of this month where I was like, I just don't even want to desire this anymore. Like, I want to be okay with anything. I want to be good with anything. And I want to be able to see the joy, and see the joy even in the hard times. And yeah, and you know, it's not to disregard any of the suffering that's going on an individual and a collective level right now. Of course, we don't want to see people suffer. And I often find myself in an interesting place, being someone that has what I would consider somewhat of a platform, talking about mindfulness, spirituality, psychic gifts, all of that, and really wanting to focus on the hopeful side, focus on the abundant and positive side. I think as a collective, we've sort of gotten to this point. This doesn't have to be your opinion or your viewpoint, but like focusing on that is almost like you're a bad person if you're doing that, if you're promoting that. And I don't think it has to go hand in hand of like promoting hope and promoting, you know, abundance. It doesn't mean that we're disregarding what is going on collectively. It doesn't mean that we're disregarding the massive trauma that's happening right now. The fear, the anxiety, again, what I touched on in the beginning, the unknown. And tying all of this in right now, the reason why I went on that tangent is it's part of this expansion energy of March. So where our attention goes, energy flows. And we're sort of riding this fine line collectively right now of there's a lot of suffering in the world. And I know, and again, this doesn't have to be your belief, but this is what has been shown to me through my lived experience, is when I'm focusing on Nine of Cups, when I'm focusing on Queen of Coins, this abundance, I also pulled the Star card. This is light at the end of tunnel energy. It's also a really beautiful omen of always being protected and guided. When my energetic focus is there, that's what I get to see in my environment. That's what I get to experience. And so this is something I'm still chewing on, and I think this is a massive conversation in the spiritual community that's going to continue for a while, is like, how do we promote this while also having an awareness that there's a lot going on, and that there is suffering right now, and that there is trauma happening right now? Yeah, where's that like fine line of like helping up level our collective consciousness without disregarding what's happening? And I don't necessarily think that is always going to be easy, or at least right now. I think we're having a lot of hard conversations around that. I mean, if you scroll on TikTok for even like 5 minutes and you're on the same algorithm as me, you're gonna see something about it, right? So I don't have all of the answers around that, at least at this time. What I can say is in this expansion energy, where your focus goes, energy flows. And so if we can hold space for the removing of the dangling of the carrot, like if we can focus on, feeling good in the moment and not needing that sort of tangible experience in order to feel good, that's where the secret sauce is. And I think that's where we can find the energy of helping others. Again, it's like Nine of Cups, cup pouring over. When your cup is full, you can help other people, right? And I'm not the first person, I'm sure, to tell you that. So where our energy go, or where our focus goes, energy flows. With that being said, I did pull some cards that are very contrasting. And so March energy of expansion is going to invite you of where do you want to expand upon. And we have first card I'll show you around that is the Hermit card. So the Hermit card is going within, taking time, solo time to be in your own energy, whatever that looks like for you. If that's getting out in nature, if it's meditation, if it's getting in the bath, going on a run, whatever it is, where can you be in your own energy? Even if it's for 5 minutes, even if, you're a mom and you go and get in your car for 5 minutes and take a couple of deep breaths, whatever it is, give yourself that time to start to distinguish between where your focus is going. We have two contrasting cards. We have Queen of Coins and we have Five of Coins. The energy of this month is very abundance related, and abundance doesn't necessarily have to be about money, but abundance is like Nine of Cups, cup flowing over, being in joy, what really fills us up. So it can be money related. It can also be in other areas, but okay, back to Queen of Coins and Five of Coins. Five of Coins is feeling in lack. Five of Coins is when you're so much in your head and in your story that you can't see the sun shining through, right? Your head is down, you're focused on lack. Queen of Coins is being so grounded in your own abundance that it's like nothing can faze you, right? You can really ride the waves, and you understand that just because you're experiencing lack does not mean you have to self-identify in that way. It's like, no, we ride through waves and we know who we are at our core. A lot of layers with abundance, right? And I'm not going to get into that in this video, but sort of at the core of, again, like where our focus goes, energy flows. So you have the opportunity to really look at the contrast that is super present in the world. Anytime I tune into the energy of the earth, all I see is the earth cracking open. And I'm not saying that in a way of like I am predicting that the earth is actually going to crack open. No. What I'm seeing more is like this energetic cracking open right now of we've been seeing this for the past few years, but now it's like feeling super present of like you can be in this Queen of Coins mindset or this Five of Coins mindset, and neither is right or wrong. You're exactly where you need to be. If you need to be in Five of Coins for a while and experience that is where you are meant to be. So do not force yourself to be in a situation, not be in a situation that you're meant to be in right now, because we learn the most from that. The other contrasting cards, again, very abundance related this month. We have Page of Coins and we have Four of Coins. And where my guides want to take this, Page of Coins is like new sources of abundance coming in, and new sources of abundance coming in through being playful, through getting into creative energy. And then Four of Coins is sort of this experience, like if you see, it's kind of like protecting what you do have. And again, sort of being in scarcity mindset and really doing my best not to label or judge scarcity mindset, because there are, again, external circumstances, the way that our society is structured, all of that really promotes that. So again, you have the opportunity to move outside of that. And even if you aren't in those external circumstances right now, you will have the opportunity to energetically call that in. Like, can you feel the joy in a very simple moment? Finding pockets of joy in very simple moments without that sort of external validation. And again, I completely understand what it's like not to know how you're going to pay rent next month, not know, you know, when the money is going to come in, when the partner is going to come in. This month is going to show you that this time was less about the partner, was less about the money, and more about the belief system that you've been holding on to, that you are getting ready to shed, that you are actually shedding right now. I completely understand. It is a lot out there right now. So the last few cards I want to share with you, again, in order to like promote hope during this expansion month, is 8 of Cups and 6 of Swords. With these two cards being paired, we'll start with 8 of Cups. Again, it's kind of like this hermit energy of taking time to just reflect and be in solitude. 6 of Swords is like you are on a journey, and I'm laughing because I feel like the word journey has been like trashed the past, I don't know. I think everyone makes fun of it because of The Bachelor, if you ever watched The Bachelor. But that word has just gotten thrown through the mud. But this journey that you're on, if you're watching my videos, if you're attracted to my work, it's because on some level you identify as being a soul in a physical body, having a human experience, and that you know that you're here for something much greater than yourself. You're here to shift a collective consciousness. And your soul knew that you wanted to put in the energetic work, and boy, has it been energetic work. Oh my gosh, like I said, again, like end of Feb just felt really brutal for me. So there is this call to reflect on that, to reflect how far you come. I know it can be really easy to be hard on yourself, again, with like that carrot being dangled in front of us energy. Like, it feels like we've been promised this abundance as a spiritual community for a very long time, and there's a lot of frustration and pain and fear coming up around like us not reaching it yet. But take the time to look at how far you've come and the traumas that you have stepped into healing, and maybe even healed especially like the generational trauma. I mean, what we are doing right now is like healing lineages. Give yourself a pat on the back. This reincarnation cycle is not for the faint of heart. It's really not. And the last thing I will say, which if you watch my videos, it will not be a shock for me to say this, but High Priestess card, trust your intuition. Above everything, trust your intuition. Okay. So a few more messages want to come in. As I said, there was like a lot that wanted to come in for this month. Okay. There is going to be a heavy emphasis on UFOs, UAPs, higher dimensionals, however you want to conceptualize it. This is going to still be a continued conversation collectively. If you haven't watched my, it was mid-Feb energy update where I was talking about if we can trust the collective disclosure, I would go ahead and watch that video. Coming back to the High Priestess energy of trusting your intuition, from what I've channeled, higher dimensional beings, aliens, UFOs, yes, there is contrast in motives and states of being, but from what I have experienced and from what I have channeled, we need to be more conscious of the beings that are already here, that have the ability to shift their physicality into looking human, whereas like the ones that we might see in the sky or visit us in our dreams or things like that, they want to help be a part of this shift in our collective consciousness, because when we shift, it has dramatic effects to other planets and other states of being. Again, what we're doing right now is not for the faint of heart. So we're going to be continuing to have that conversation. Please trust your intuition. Anything that is rooted in fear, anything that is rooted in othering and us versus them, I personally am not on that wavelength. So feel it out, see how it feels. What else did they want to say about March? It's interesting because last month we were talking about freedom, like the freedom within was the theme. But right away I was just seeing the American flag and they wanted to talk about freedom. I'm not entirely sure where they're going with this, but I'll tell you the image that I was seeing in the mind's eye. If I was seeing the US being cut in half, and kind of where I think they're going with this is again more division. And where I see this headed with the division is eventually we're gonna go get so sick of it that we're gonna have to meet one another in the middle. I'm curious. I'll keep tuning into what that message is around that. Let me see if there's anything else they want to say around March. Oh yes, okay, this was the last thing that they wanted to share. Be mindful of your consumption this month. What we take in energetically, this is more what I'm talking about, is what we're watching, what we're listening to. Always tune into how you feel afterwards. Do you feel empowered? Do you feel energized? Do you feel connected? Or is it something that's pulling you away? I don't know about you, but I'm really starting to build new habits around consumption on social media and understanding how that impacts me energetically. You can sort of think of consumption on social media as like eating food. And I know in my gut, I feel physically heavy if I'm like in a heavy scroll session. So just something to think about there, that we can take in stuff that is consciously going to create our reality for us and what we experience. Again, where our focus goes, energy flows. So what do you want to focus in on this month? And the energy of March is going to help you with expanding that. I hope that you found this helpful. Please share my work if there's someone in your life that you think could benefit from this video. I would love if you shared it. If you like what you see, give this a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever intuitively feels good for you. And yeah, happy March. I hope this is Queen of Coins for you. That is my wish for you. I'm sending you love.